This is Terry Kurtz Online reporting on Victor Valley, High Desert, and Mojave River Valley events, activities, entertainment, sports, and history. Thousands of people are bilked every year by criminals who enter the lives of their victims through their telephone. About half of all mobile calls are fraudulent, and there is always a new scam on the horizon or an updated version of an old one. While seniors are often the target of scammers, anyone can be targeted. Imposter scams come in many forms and target a broad range of victim demographics. They all, however, work the same way. Here's a look at some of the most current phone scams according to the FBI and the Federal Trade Commission's Bureau of Consumer Protection. The IRS phone scam is especially common. The scammer says the IRS is suing you and you owe them money, and they threaten to send the police if not paid within an hour. The latest phone scam even includes caller ID showing the letters IRS when they call. The key to avoiding being hit by these scams is to know that the IRS does not make threatening phone calls, nor do they request wire transfers over the phone. The Federal Trade Commission cautions against ever paying a tax bill with a prepaid debit card, which the IRS would never request. QR code imposter scams are increasing. A QR code is a type of two-dimensional matrix barcode. QR stands for quick response. Chances are you've been seeing more QR codes lately, even if you don't know them by name. These barcode-like symbols that you scan with your phone have become increasingly popular with stores and restaurants who use them for quick order pickup or to launch virtual menus. But cyber criminals are also using legitimate-looking QR codes to direct people to sites that can steal personal data or payments. One of the best ways to protect yourself: thoroughly examine any website you're directed to from a QR code. This includes checking the URL, which shouldn't include typos or other suspicious-looking information, and always avoid using such websites for any form of payment. Then there's the grandchild imposter scam. As the name implies, the grandchild scam preys on the elderly, with the con artist calling the victim and posing as a grandchild who has fallen into a desperate situation, such as running out of money or encountering legal trouble while traveling. The scammer will then ask for money to be wired to a foreign address and then completely disappear once the money is received. If you receive a call like this, always reach out to your grandchild's phone number or talk to others who can clarify whether the grandchild really is in trouble and needs help. Family emergency scams expand the grandchild scam to any family member. Debt collector scams involve a con artist pretending to represent a collection agency, offering a dramatic discount on a debt you actually didn't incur. Always refuse to pay a debt without a legally required validation notice, as well as the name of the creditor, amount of the debt, and the caller's name, address, and phone number. Online dating scams prey on people searching for love by establishing trust with a prospective romantic partner. Tech support scammers call to report a problem with your computer that can be fixed only if you download predatory software. Online shopping scams are another dishonest scheme on the increase. Fraudsters contact people with claims that there's a package waiting for them if they just click on a link or hand over identification information. Spear phishing is a cyber attack method that hackers use to steal sensitive information or install malware on the device of the victim. The spear phishing criminal shows some of the victim's personal information in an effort to get the victim to surrender the rest. If the scammer has the last 4 digits of your social security number and your zip code, you may assume the caller must be legitimate. The swindler says they're trying to sort out irregular spending patterns on your debit card and offers the last 4 digits of your Social Security number and then asks you to provide the rest of the number for security purposes. Just don't. To avoid phone scams, don't answer calls from unfamiliar numbers. Credit repair is a $6.5 billion industry that is rife with fraud and scams. While credit repair companies often claim they can erase bad credit or boost your scores, claims like these are usually false or misleading. Unfortunately, the sales pitch works on many people who want to improve their credit for milestones like refinancing a home, including financially savvy seniors. But you don't need to work with a credit repair company, since you can take your own steps to fix your credit without spending any money at all. Credit repair is the process of correcting inaccuracies or disputing mistakes in your credit reports to maintain or improve your overall credit. Credit repair companies claim they can improve your credit in exchange for a fee. The main service they offer is filing disputes or requests asking the credit bureaus to change information on your reports. Credit repair companies rely heavily on the fact that most consumers don't know the truth about disputes. Every person has the legal right to file credit disputes for free. Filing is a simple process that takes as little as 5 minutes. No person or agency can legally remove accurate information from your credit reports. Still, some credit repair companies charge thousands of dollars in upfront fees, which are illegal, or hundreds of dollars a year in recurring fees without ever delivering results. Some would even go so far as to have customers commit federal crimes, such as falsely claiming to be victims of identity theft in order to get information removed from their credit reports. Perhaps what's most alarming is the fact that of the estimated 46,000 credit repair services, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says the vast majority are sole proprietorships, meaning they're run by just one person. If you're thinking of hiring a company to improve your credit, beware of these red flags for a scam, claiming they can erase bad credit, guaranteeing they can improve your credit reports or scores, asking for upfront payment, encouraging you to make false statements, offering to create a new credit identity for you, or refusing to give you a written contract. Criminals have found another way to try and install a virus or gain backdoor access to your computer. It is called a drop attack. A thumb drive is dropped with the hope that it'll be picked up and you will open the thumb drive out of curiosity. Criminals drop a USB drive infected with ransomware where it will be found and used by the unwary. They've also been known to send infected drives through the mail. Such attacks are known as USB drop attacks. The FBI has warned of such drop attacks being carried out with USB drives being mailed through the United States Postal Service and UPS. You are advised never plug a USB drive from an unknown source into your computer. The National Security Agency recommends powering off and on your smartphone every week to protect yourself from cyber attacks. Rebooting your smartphone weekly helps protect against zero-click exploits, which attackers use to eavesdrop and gather data from phones. While rebooting won't completely thwart more advanced schemes, many modern cyber attacks involve a sequence of multiple vulnerabilities that need to be exploited in succession. Restarting your phone makes the attacker start over, which can disrupt their progress. Restarting your phone not only helps you avoid cyber attacks, but it also makes your phone run smoothly. Manufacturers recommend restarting your phone regularly to prevent it from slowing down or freezing. A quick restart clears out background apps, fixes overheating, resolves memory issues, and improves call signals even if it's just for a short time. Most importantly, it gives your device a fresh start, which means smoother performance and a longer-lasting battery. This applies to both Android phones and iPhones. Here are a few do's and don'ts for keeping your money safe. Do use a credit card. Checks and debit cards do not have the same scam protections. Do not give payment information over the phone. Don't click links. That includes those in emails, texts, or any other source. Mud boggers, monster trucks, and picture cars. In view of today's inclement weather, a flashback to muddy driving conditions seems appropriate in recalling this date in high desert sports and entertainment history. An historical aspect of the mud bog event was occurring, in fact, as it had to do with monster trucks and this music video. And since vehicles are center stage in this report, we also learned what picture cars are.
He arrives at the work site, same as if he were arriving at his 9 to 5. But this is not the workplace. This is the High Desert Event Center, the site of a monster trucks show set for the evening. And part of the program, mud bog racing. This is the city, Victorville. The story is true. The names of some individuals have been changed to enhance the entertainment value of this report.
First of all, what are you doing here? What are you doing here today, Robbie?
I'm here for the Monster Truck Show at the San Bernardino County Fairgrounds. Came to enter my 86 Suburban. It's a 6.2 liter turbo. It's gonna be fun. I'm running in the mud bogs.
Oh, so you're not a monster truck today?
I'm not a monster truck, not today.
What are the prerequisites? I know there are probably very stringent requirements.
Well, for one, you gotta have a heartbeat, a license. You gotta put down your license number.
Sign a waiver
and have a helmet.
I want to enter the mud bog of a tough truck. What's the requirement? Heartbeat and helmet?
And no fear. Helmet, seatbelt, and like $25-30, whatever the entry fee is. Half that money's going back towards the purse.
So do all the contestants that run in the mud bogs, they'll all put in a pot, and whoever gets through the mud pit gets the cash prize.
So it's a timing event?
I don't think it's a timing event. I think it's how far you get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say, what can they win? A trophy and applause, or can they actually drive home with repair money?
They can drive home with repair money. A lot of times these guys will make at least $100, depending on how many guys show up for the competition.
Okay, we get the story from a rookie who might be a little foggy, mud boggy on the details, and we hear from the promoter, but let's get the real inside story from this veteran Apple Valley resident.
Jim, what's your last name?
Walsh,
How do you spell that?
W-A-L-S-H.
Jim Walsh. Okay, there were gunfighters by that name. Are you from a gunfighter family?
No, sir.
What are you doing here at the fairgrounds?
What am I doing here? I'm coming back to my second time here at the fairgrounds to run the mud bog, everything which I love doing. And I'll be very honest, I'm going to turn 60 here pretty soon, and I'm still doing this. I started back when I was younger in Fillmore, Utah, running the mud bogs, the Jamboree in Fillmore, Utah and everything, and I just enjoy it.
We are out of earshot of any others, so you're not giving away any tricks. What are the tricks? Because it's not as easy, or it's not just as simple, oh, I'll take a run at it and get through it.
You got to know what the, I don't know if I can say it, but I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
You got to know what the hell you're doing to be able to go out there and run that. You got to be sturdy, you got to be straight. You got to have everything functioning just right, because if you don't function just right, it's like running NASCAR. You'll end up messing up.
All right, well, good luck.
Thank you very much. I hope I do good myself.
All right.
Turns out this night's Foggy Mountain mud bog not all that muddy. Every driver made it through the bog. The winner determined by the top time over 2 runs. The winner's purse, $120. Every driver hit the bog running, except Jim Walsh. Too high the water, Mama. But will he return?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I'm not done yet.
When monster trucks roared last at Victorville's High Desert Event Center, the San Bernardino County Fairgrounds, it marked a first on 2 counts. First American tour stop for French recording artist Sophie Tepi. And first time monster trucks are used in a music video filmed locally.
Sophie, welcome to America. When did you arrive?
I arrived less than 24 hours away.
What are you doing here?
So I'm a singer, I'm a French singer, and I do country music, and I'm like the only French singer that do country music.
So what are you going to do that involves monster trucks? You wanted to see a monster truck, or your manager did, or?
No, I did it because I love monster truck. Actually, I've known first monster truck through the series Dr. House because he loves it. And so I've been interested by it, and then we've been asking for a production to make a video, the first one, the main one. And he said, hey, you like monster truck, why not doing some monster truck?
What's the song?
The song is called J'envoie en l'air. It means I send in the air. Like
Okay.
I don't care.
Well, welcome to the Victor Valley, to the high desert, to the United States of America.
Thank you.
Good luck with your music video. We cannot wait to see it. Do you have a set date for it, or is it all going to depend upon when the pieces fall in place?
I have a Facebook if you want to find me. My name is Sophie Tepi, Sophietapi.
All right. Very good. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
What we do is build cars for the movie industry.
They are called picture cars.
They're on camera, music videos, commercials, television shows, and feature films. What I'm trying to do is liquidate some of the cars that I have. I have over 800 cars in inventory, and it's just too expensive to store.
Picture cars are not show cars.
We're not into show cars. We just like them to look like they're driven, that they're period. If they're supposed to be 7 years old, they need to look like it.
Well, one real advantage for people, both online but particularly up here, is you're right here during the auction and you describe the vehicles and can answer questions.
I usually tell them behind the scenes type things. So I could give them the history like the Catch Me If You Can Cadillac, why we built it that way, why the colors are that way. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And we'll build multiples of the same car. So we may have 5 Cadillacs that look identical because they're going to wreck 2 of them, they're going to burn one up, they need one on stage. You have multiples. A lot of stuff people don't realize goes on behind the scenes.
Picture cars, an interesting and entertaining behind the scenes of movie making, and among the unique vehicles on the auction block at I-15 Auctions,
Long since becoming bid fast and last world-class auctioneers. Bid Fast and Last is sold on showcasing headline makers seasons past. Did you know Bid Fast and Last is a federally licensed firearms dealer and a licensed, bonded, and insured auto dealer? You can bid virtual live online on firearms, vehicles, electric bicycles, collectibles, fine jewelry, coins, antiques, classic cars, and more at bidfastandlast.com.
Start fires, kick ass, take names, and rock and roll.
Your way, Internet.
TKOL flashes back to behind the scenes of Law Dog Productions' Tales of the Frontier Rescue episode.
Red Foster is a character, to be politically correct, back in the day, the colors were looked on, they weren't liked. And in this case, he happens to be one that was not liked. And there's just something about him, his gentleness with animals, some angelic type being about him. And the end of this takes a twist, and I don't think anybody will see it coming. I really don't. And this is one of the reasons why this one here should be watched.
The first thing I noticed about Two Gun Productions was just the care and the fun and the general atmosphere of the set and all the people is just magical. It's just really, it's such a positive experience.
Sideways. Action.
Red! Let him go! He's my friend! He saved my life! Let him go! Stop!
Girl. Good.
Wanda, take one. And action.
The lynching scene was tough. It was, well, I was worried whether I was going to be able to do it, number one. It was tough because it was commonplace back then, of course, and I had my kids around. We've read about it, you know, we learned about it in history. Most people are visual, so when you see it, even though it's fake and it's staged, it still kind of messes with your head. So in order for me to do the scene correctly, the way I wanted to portray it, I had my kids not be anywhere near the set at that day.
I think I like playing off of another character, so I liked having this sort of chemistry between the two personalities, because having another actor is really, you know, they say acting is reacting.
Lucy, amazing, amazing. She's very talented. The extras really keep us going. You know what I mean? I mean, they look out for me. A lot of these very dangerous scenes, they look out for me. We look out for one another. You know what I mean? And without them, honestly, this wouldn't happen.
Well, the best thing about Tales of the Frontier, the behind-the-scenes footage that you shoot at Posterity, you see, there's things that go on with the cast as they're being interviewed, and I get my revenge with these guys. There's certain things that I can do. Oh, look, everybody has left. Nobody's gonna mess with me, okay? I'm trying to lead into you guys messing with me.
Never. You know, he's the greatest director. He just lets you do whatever you want without ever interrupting.
We all follow the leader, the fearless leader, Tino, who is still he's gonna get beat by the end of this. But yes, the other cast members. Yes, all of us. I have a plan.
Hope that's your agent. You can tell him you're done.
Go Big Red.
Big Red.
That's good for you though.
Cut.
Back to one, please. I love the way he's going. I had to.
There are weather elements, but that doesn't deal with darkness. How does a lighting or a night shoot compare, and what obstacles does that pose?
The lighting in the night shoot is it's kind of tricky. What we're trying to do is we're trying to capture the moonlight. Of course, the moon is not giving us enough light to be seen on film, so what we're doing is we're creating moonlight with box lighting and whatnot. One of the biggest concerns that I have right now, being in the rocks, as you can see where we are, is the creatures that come out at night. We've been dealing with elements ever since we've been filming, such as 32 degrees, snow, wind, rain. Again, we have the wind, but I gotta tell you, it's about 70 degrees, it's gorgeous. I have a long sleeve shirt on because that's just me and that's what I do.
Well, I think the first thing is you can't be afraid of it because life happens at night as well, you know. The next step is just to decide what you want it to look like, and what I try to do now, especially if it's out in the middle of the dirt and not in like a town where there's mixed sources, you know, where you don't have the moon and say street lights or lights coming in from a window, is just kind of make it all a consistent temperature and then color grade it in post, and that usually works fine for me.
Challenges of night shoots here, we're dealing with the elements. Safety is a must between my cast, first and foremost, and my crew. Another piece of the elements we're dealing with here, power surges. We can't use the moonlight. We do have a full moon tonight, but the moon doesn't create enough lighting for us. So we have all our lighting set up, and what we're trying to do is create the moon glows and the moon shadows. It is a windy evening. We are in a little canyon, a little cove, as you can see. The wind is coming through here, but all in all, it's going to be a good shoot. Safety is a must with us out here.
Does it require a lot more post-production than your brilliant daylight shoot, or not necessarily?
No, just playing with some color a little bit.
Okay.
You know, and then if we're shooting like, you know, moonlight in a town, we want, like, you know, the moon to be bluish and, you know, the town lights to be a little warmer. We can compensate for that differently. But for this setting, this is fine. We just made it all tungsten balanced, and I'll color it later.
Okay.
Gives us enough light, and so it'll be good.
Okay, very good. Thank you for these comments.
You're welcome.
Everything we do with Two Gun Productions is safety first and foremost for my cast, and then for my crew. Getting up here it's a rough, rocky terrain, so what we do is we have markers going all the way down the trail. We are probably, if I were to guess, I'd say we're probably 400 yards from our vehicles. We have markers going all the way down, glow sticks, lights, pointing out the trail so we know where the rocks are, where the rocks are not, and just to stay on that trail. 1 second. Good Lord, it would not leave me alone, Terry.
And settle. Action. Really push your voices, okay? And
in Rescue, I really wanted to bring forth the issues of racism and how it plays out, and the assumptions that people have just because they look upon a person's skin color. The quote I came up with not too long ago is probably the theme of this episode, which goes, we as human species will never be freed from the prejudice of racism until it becomes so illogical that finally, at last, it is incomprehensible.
Terry Kurtz Online was brought to you by Bid Fast and Last. Bid Fast and Last, world-class auctioneers. Bid online at bidfastandlast.com.
Ready to kick tires, start fires, kick ass, take names, and rock and roll.
Valu Quality Truck Bodies. Family owned and operated locally since 1954. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies. Bradco, leading efforts to improve the quality of life and standard of living for all residents throughout our high desert region. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery designs. We Got 'em Tees since 1984. 2 locations, Apple Valley and Upland. Oh yeah, We Got 'em Tees.
Serious legal problems? Don't go alone. The other guys have attorneys just waiting to blow you away. Contact Iwanzak Law Firm. Trial lawyers for serious problems.
Down Home Grill in Victorville. Call 760-241-4663 for delivery, drive-through, pickup, or to order ahead for dine-in. At Down Home Grill, corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road in Victorville. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, conference and convention center for the high desert and favored destination for travelers and visitors to the Victor Valley. that's a wrap on this edition of Terry Kurtz Online. On behalf of Victor Valley Television Productions, thank you for watching. We hope to see you again next time around.